Hey everybody, this video brings us out to my house, and the reason why we are in my house today, the reason why we are back in the library today is because I've got to do some work on the library. I've been kind of slacking a little bit with getting stuff done. For a while there, I was gung-ho. I was putting shelves together, I was cutting wood, I was putting screws into things, I was loading up the shelves, I was going crazy trying to get as much of this library built as I possibly could, as fast as I possibly could. And then I kind of slowed down. I got some major stuff done, and then I kind of began to slack. So over the last couple of weeks, I really haven't done much work here in the library, and I gotta up my game. I gotta get back into the swing of things. I gotta start working on the library some more. So as you can see, I've been doing some stuff out here, just not as much stuff as I would like to. I got some display cases put up. I've filled some more shelves. I got some more shelves put in place, so I've been doing stuff out here, just not as much as I want to do. So today, we're working on the library. And my main goal for today is to get a shelf put right up here. There's going to be a shelf that goes across right there. That's my main goal. Not a huge goal, not a lot, but it's my goal for the day. That is what I want to get done. I want to get that shelf put up right there. It can be done. It's not very difficult. It's simply just cutting some wood, screwing it into the area, and I should be good. Also, it would be nice, but I'm probably not going to do it today. I have an entertainment stand I have to get built, a TV stand I've got to get built. I bought the wood for it. I want to get it built, but maybe not today. I just could not find one that worked perfectly for my specifications. I wanted it to be a certain height, a certain width. I decided better to just build my own. So I bought the wood. I'm going to build my own, maybe today, but probably not today. But maybe today. I don't know. We'll see how today goes. But anyway, main goal for today, get that shelf put in place. If I could just do that, I'll feel like I accomplished something today. Not a lot, but at least it's something. And at least I'm working on the library a little bit, which again is something I've really got to do. So again, even though I have been kind of slacking on the library, I still have been working on it here and there over the last couple of weeks. I've done things like I've started to alphabetize my movies. And by alphabetize, I've kind of gone back to the old school way I used to do things. I just have my numbers together, my A's together, my B's together, my C's together, and so on and so forth. I don't actually have them alphabetized within those sections. The reason for that is because it just makes things so much easier to put away. Also, if I was going to alphabetize, I would probably want to leave like a space, like a little space at the end, maybe like an empty shelf to easily put stuff away, so I didn't have to slide everything over. If I got something that starts with a number, I would have to slide every single shelf over. It would be insane to put something away. So just leave a little gap, right? Yes, but then I've got empty space that's not being filled with movies. And since I've slimmed down my collection, I would like to be able to put as many movies out here as I possibly can. So I kind of don't want to do that. And my sections are smaller now that I've slimmed down my collection. So if I'm looking for All Hallows Eve, I just got to go, okay, A's. It's got to be here somewhere. There it is. Bam, All Hallows Eve. So it's not that difficult to find what I'm looking for when I'm looking for something. So this way works, especially with a smaller collection. Or, well, again, I mean, you can say this is a big collection, a small collection. For me, this is a small collection. It's the smallest my collection's been in a long, long time, but I'm very happy with how it looks. I'll talk about that some other time. But anyway, so that's what I started to do. I've gotten all the way up to H's, and then stopped because I've got to build that shelf right there before I can continue with my H's. I've also put some display cases out here. These look great. I decided to do this because I had this like big empty space right here, which is this big open area. And I thought, what can I put there? I was going to put maybe some like tables there or something. And I thought, wait a minute, hold on. Display cases, because I have a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want to get rid of that I want to kind of keep for collecting purposes. So all this stuff they're movies and whatnot that I don't actually need for my collection because I already have them on some other format or some other release of them. But I like the artwork. I like the packaging, maybe a special feature, something like that. Like, do I need backdraft in the jewel case? No, but it's cool. So I want to keep that. Do I need the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on VHS? Again, no, but it has that really cool Pizza Hut commercial in the beginning that's only on the VHS tape, so yeah, I kind of want to keep it. Gremlins 2 on VHS is a little bit different. It's got a little like different segment in it, so I kind of want to keep that. Same thing with It. It's a little bit different on VHS. Granted, if I'm going to watch Gremlins 2 or I'm going to watch It, I'll pop in my Blu-rays of them, but it's cool to keep the VHS tapes. I love the Nightmare on Elm Street DVD box set. It has that cool mural, even though I don't need it because I have it on Blu-ray, but it's cool. So just little collectible things that I don't necessarily need, but I want to have for collecting purposes because, again, I like the artwork, or I like special features or something like that, or I just like to have as many copies of Titanic as I possibly can on VHS. So I think the display cases look good here in the corners. I can very easily see and get to anything back there. It might not look so on camera, but I assure you I can reach back there and grab everything very, very easily. It works perfectly fine. Maybe I'll even push them out a little bit further. I don't know, but I can get back there just fine. Not an issue to get stuff behind the display cases. And I think they look kind of cool here. I'll have to get some extension cords because I'm not going to have just random cords running like that. But anyway, I think they look pretty cool. They look pretty good. I like them there. I've also done some work in the closet. I've started to pull some things out, but as you can see, it's still a mess. I've still got to get all this stuff taken off the floor, all the shoes and the bags taken out of here. I got to take all this stuff out of here, put it into a different closet. So that's going to eventually get done, but that's not anything that has to get done right now. But eventually that will get done. Haven't really done anything to the bathroom. I still have to get some stuff put in here, like a new shower curtain and just little things to kind of make this like horror sort of themed. All I've done is put up the posters, but eventually I'll do more in here as well. I have to get my Vinylmation shelf built back here on this wall. That will eventually happen. Right now, all my Vinylmations are just in a bin down there, which I hate. But eventually, those will all be on a shelf behind the door, which will look really awesome when that is done and finished. But that's, again, some other time. I have posters I've got to get hung up, but I haven't decided where they're going to go. I mean, yeah, this one's going to go here because it fits perfectly. But other than that, I've got to get all that stuff put up eventually. At some point, I got so many posters that right now are just kind of like in the tub. A lot of this stuff is getting hung up and displayed, or at least I wanted to get hung up and wanted to get displayed. I just got to figure out where, but I'm going to wait till I get everything built before I decide where little display pieces and posters and whatnot are going to go. So again, I have been working out here. It's just, again, I'm kind of slacking, I feel. I feel like I could have been working more over the last couple of weeks. So we just got to get some work done. And like I said, if I can just get that one shelf built, I feel like I accomplished something today. I'm also not entirely sure what I'm going to do with my arcade 1-Up Pac-Man machine yet. I don't know. I would love to keep that here in the library, but I don't know if I have room for it. I really don't know yet. I was thinking maybe put a table here, put it on the table, but then I don't know. Then you're seeing like the back of it, so maybe not. Maybe mount it to the shelves, but then do I have enough space to get through here? Maybe put it on a door, but I think this door is coming off, so do I put it on this door and then just play it right here? Maybe. I don't know yet. I'm not 100% sure. I would love to keep it in the library, but don't know if I will. It's such a cool arcade machine. I love playing it. My son loves playing it. So maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. Time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with my Pac-Man arcade 1-Up machine, but hopefully, I'm hoping I can keep it. All right, so what I have to do today is take down one of these shelves up here. By the way, this is what was going to be the library. As you can see, now it is just storage. It's kind of a mess. It's an organized mess, but it's all just storage at the moment until I get around to organizing things better out here. It's going to look like this, but I've got things like a tool, bench, work area set up over here. We can have the bikes out here, finally. So it's just going to be for like a tool, bench, work area, and storage. So that's what I'm doing out here. But as you can see, I still have a ton of movies out here. These are all movies I have to like watch or go through again and decide what I'm keeping, what I'm not keeping. I've got to go through all this again. I've already gone through it once, but I have to re-go through it. If you're seeing something cool, if you're seeing something amazing, like, oh my gosh, Game of Thrones, I haven't watched it yet. I'm not saying I'm not keeping Game of Thrones. I probably will end up keeping Game of Thrones. I hear it's a fantastic show. I just haven't watched it yet. Schitt's Creek, haven't watched that yet either. I know, again, I'm probably keeping all this stuff. It's probably things that, well, not all this stuff, but I'm probably keeping things like that. There are titles in here that I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to be going into the collection, but I have to watch it yet before I fully decide. Every night, for the most part, Danielle and I have been watching a movie, trying to decide, is it a movie that we want to keep? Is it a movie that we're never going to watch again? And it's been about 50-50. About 50% of the stuff we've watched, we said, yeah, that was great. Definitely gonna rewatch that. Definitely want to put that in the collection so we can revisit that in like a couple of years because we're gonna want to watch it again. And there's been other stuff that I'm like, yeah, that was good. It was okay. Or sometimes they've been kind of bad. We've watched a couple of bad ones too. But we watched a couple of movies that were pretty good. But we realized we'll never watch this movie again. We're glad we saw it the first time. We're glad we saw it once. We'll never rewatch this. So movies like that, I I'm not keeping. Got to go through all my anime. I'm keeping some of it, not keeping some of it. So there's a lot to go through. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that's like all that up there are like different cuts of movies, which I really don't need. So probably going to get rid of that. I've already started to put stuff down here in a pile. That's all stuff I'm definitely not keeping. So anyway, got to go through all this at some point. That's neither here nor there. That'll come later. And again, I've been going through everything like trying to do one title a day. But I got to get that shelf down. I've emptied these shelves, so I can get that shelf down. And that shelf needs to be just trimmed. I got to just cut one end off it, screw the side, then back onto that end, and put it in the new library, in the spare bedroom, we shouldn't call it a spare bedroom, in the library. So that's what I got to do today. The issue is, I just realized I don't think my my drills, the batteries for the drill and the battery for the saw, I don't think I charged them. Yeah, so both my batteries were definitely 100% dead. So, all right, we're gonna have to charge the batteries so I can use my big saw here to cut the shelf, and I gotta use the drill here to take the shelves apart. Yes, I know I could do it manually. I could get a screwdriver, just a handheld screwdriver, go up there, but that doesn't sound like fun. And I'm not cutting that by. I'm not taking my saw here and and cutting that by hand. That's not happening. So, all right, gonna have to take a little bit, maybe like a half hour or so to let those charge, and then I can get to doing this. But again, as long as I can do this, as long as I get this shelf installed today, I will feel like I accomplished something. I guess in the meantime, I don't know, maybe I'll go through some of these movies some more or do something. I don't know. There is still so much more to do, but at least I'm on a roll, and at least this will get done a lot sooner than the garage would have gotten done. As I've said before, this garage was going to take me I said into next year, but I'll be honest, this garage was probably going to take me 2 years to build. Why would the garage take you 2 years to build? People keep asking me. The issue is, the reason why, I'm just busy. I'm doing stuff. I'm filming for this channel. I've got a family. I've got a stepson, my wife. We're always doing stuff. We got baseball games because Max plays baseball. We got so much things to do. We're just busy all the time. I don't have a lot of free time on my hands anymore. Like when I built the first library that wasn't my first library, but when I built the library in the basement of the house back in Pennsylvania, I had so much time to kill. I would come home from work and just spend hours working on the library. It was great. I don't have that freedom anymore. I don't have that time on my hands anymore. So to get this done, to build a whole wall across there, to paint things, to get all these other shelves I had to get built, like all that stuff, it would have taken me 2 years to get this done, which is why I said, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing the garage anymore. I like this space. The space would have been great, but you know what? Let's just slim down the collection and put it into the spare bedroom. And that, in my opinion, is such a better idea. And things are getting done. And I really wish I would have thought of that idea when I first moved in here, because it would have already been built. I would have already had all that stuff finished. The library would probably be done by now, but now I have to do all this. So, all right, anyway, that's why, again, I think I said this before, but that's why I decided to forego building in the garage and just move over into the spare bedroom. It's easier, less time consuming. It'll get done sooner. And honestly, I kind of like having it over there a little bit more. I know I said that I really wish I would have thought of this idea before I started building in the library at all. I really wish I would have just immediately began to build in the spare bedroom. That's not my biggest regret, though. My biggest regret is taking down this shelf right here. There was a shelf like that, a little storage area, these racks. I have two of them, one here, one there. They were both going to come down. I took one down, and I'm really regretting it now because now I have to rebuild it. Thankfully, I did not take those parts down. I did not unbolt those parts from the ceiling, thankfully. That would have been a huge pain, but now I have to rebuild the whole thing because we could use the storage space. We could use this rack. This rack the rack has to come back. So I've got to rebuild this. I got all the pieces right here. I've got the nuts and bolts in a bag. So yeah, I've got to rebuild this. That's my biggest regret, is taking that down. Kind of wish I wouldn't have done that. It would have made my life a heck of a lot easier. That's gonna take a whole day to rebuild. It's not that it's difficult. It's just time consuming, and if I'm doing it by myself, it's not going to be the most easiest thing in the world, but it's got to get done. And I really regret taking this rack down. All right, so while we wait for the batteries to charge, I want to say that I think I'm going to get a new light for in here as well. Haven't 100% decided on what that light's going to be, but something other than the light the house came with, something a little bit more interesting, something brighter would be nice as well. I feel like it's a little bit dull in here. It could be a little brighter. Also, got to figure out lighting for like right here. I think I have an idea already on how I will accomplish that, but we'll see in the future. As far as the closet goes, door I think is coming off. Spice Girls on the back wall in display cases, and then if I have room, I was thinking another shelf like this, or maybe a thinner shelf, or maybe I'll custom build a shelf. I don't know yet, but I was thinking a shelf kind of right here that would house all my CDs. That way I have some more room for more movies. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's going to work. I'm not 100% sure if that's actually going to fit right here. I will have to wait and see how that works, or maybe even a shelf on this wall. I don't know yet. We'll see. There's so much up in the air right now of how this is going to get done. I'm just kind of building it as I go along. And then when I get all this stuff taken out of here, I can go, all right, let's put some display cases in here, get the display cases there, maybe get them filled, and then go, okay, I could use this space here for something else. I don't need display cases there. That could house this, or that could house that, or, oh, I do have room on this wall. Ooh, I do have the room on this wall to put a shelf or something like that. We will see how that goes. But there's so much more to get done, but at least it's getting done. And at least it's little things like put a new light in, easy to do. I could do that in like 15 minutes. I just got to figure out what light I want to get. So that'll all eventually get done. So in my previous video, some of you guys were asking me, why am I even putting a TV and a couch in the library to begin with? Why not just put a whole other shelf right here, another shelf right there, and just give myself more room for more movies? And you're right. That makes complete and total sense. I probably should do that. And maybe someday in the future, I will do that. Who knows? Maybe it could happen. I don't know. But as of right now, I do want to keep a couch out here and a TV out here because I like having that while I work. While I edit, I like having a TV. While I catalog, while I work on my webpage, while I do some photoshopping, while I do work on my computer, I like being able to have a TV playing. Also, when I'm putting stuff away, I like having a TV playing. I also, if I want to watch a VHS, I want to watch it on my CRT TV. We don't really have room for this in any other place in the house, so it's going to stay out here, stay in the library. So that's why I want to have a TV, two TVs, and a couch out here. That is why I'm doing that. Again, in the future, that could change. I could eventually decide, you know what? I need the room. I want to have more movies. Maybe I'm running out of space. Maybe I could do that. I could get rid of all this stuff and put another shelf. I mean, anytime I want, I could put another shelf there. I could put more I have more shelves to put here. I have shelves to put there. I have all that stuff out in the garage. I could put all that stuff in here at any time if I want. And who knows? Again, in the future, maybe I will. But right now, I would like to have a TV still out here in the I keep saying out here, but I would like to have a TV still in here in the library. That's the plan. So when it comes to my entertainment stand, my TV stand, my idea is to just keep these players. These are my main players. I got my 4K player. I have my VCR DVD combo with HDMI outputs. I got my Super Blue player, which plays both Blu-ray and HD DVD. It's also region free, so that's good. I have my laser disc player. Every other player I have, I don't really need. I just kind of have it because they're obscure, and I thought it was cool to collect them, like my CB HD player, or even my CED player, or anything like that. I got so many weird, obscure formats, things that weren't even released in the US, things that technically weren't even really kind of released at all, things that only lasted a little bit of time. I've got all these really weird players, but I don't need them. I never use them. They just collect dust. They're just cool collectible pieces. I don't have to have them in the library. So I decided just to keep the main players, the players I use all the time, out here. I'll keep them always hooked up. I can use them anytime I want. So that's the idea. I can keep them here in the middle. Over here will be where I'm going to have kind of like basically right across here is the top of the TV stand. Not very big, not a tall TV stand. So top of it will be there. TV will go on top of that. I'll have my players here. Over here will be a little section where I have my VHS rewinder. Then I'm going to do like a little area there. And on top of that, I will put my GameCube to play my Game Boy Advance games. So this kind of area right here will be two little sections, one for my rewinder, one for my GameCube. Again, this section here will be my players, and then another section right here is going to be where I put all my laser discs. I'm not keeping a ton of them. I'm just keeping a handful of laser discs and whatnot. Most of the laser discs I had were just kind of like a weird obscure titles that I just kind of had to sort of have, but didn't really need, don't really necessarily want in my collection anymore. So those will all get housed right there. So that's my idea for my my little entertainment stand, for my TV stand. But again, couldn't find anything that fit those exact specifications, so I'm just going to have to build my own. Shouldn't be that difficult, but it will be time consuming. All right, battery has been charged. We're good to go now. I can finally unscrew the shelf from the other shelves. These are just in sections. You can take them all apart. So, all right, gonna climb up the ladder, unscrew that little section right there, that little shelf right there from the other shelves, take it down, and then, again, we just got to trim off one side. We just got to do some measuring, trim off the side, and then put it in the library. That's it. Again, it's pretty easy. It's not time consuming. It's just something I've been putting off for doing for a while now, and I gotta do it. Gotta do it today. I should also probably clean up these movies, but some of the time. Done and done. The shelf has been taken down. So again, I gotta just go do some measuring, figure out how much of this needs to be chopped off, then take this little side area here and just screw it back onto the side, and then screw it into place, and we should be good. I love the old black here. This is from the the ceiling of the old library back in Pennsylvania. I painted the whole ceiling black. I can't believe I did that. It wasn't just a flat ceiling. Wasn't just like this. It was like rafters. Man, thinking about how long that took me to paint, I can't believe I had it in me to spend like literally days upon days upon days painting a ceiling. But I did it. Now I would never want to do that. But anyway, so all right, gotta do some measuring, some cutting, some screwing, and this will be installed. All right, so slight issue, not a huge issue, but a little issue. So from there to there and from there to there, those measurements are off by a little bit, about maybe like a 1/2 inch to 1/4 of an inch, something like that. There's a bit of a difference in the gap just from the top to the kind of bottom area. So I don't know why that is. Maybe the shelves are just crooked. Maybe the way the house is built. I don't know. But it's a little bit of a difference. So what am I going to do to fix that? I could just measure for the smallest section and then just kind of hope I can make it work. Or I could do the cut maybe slightly crooked on like a little bit of an angle by like a 1/4 of an inch to compensate. Will it look weird? I don't know. I don't know if you're going to look at the shelf and go, wow, that's totally off by a little bit. What's up with that? Or if maybe you won't even notice it. I don't know. It could also be an issue where the movies kind of sit weird. So maybe I won't do that. That kind of sounds, the more I think about it, it might fill the gaps, but it might look weird. So I think I'm just going to cut it for the smallest area and then just hope I can figure something out. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do about that. It's weird. I don't know why it's off, but it is off. So, all right, well, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to go again, take some more measurements, jot them down, and then start cutting some wood. We'll make this work. I'll get, that's going up today. It's happening. It's getting built. It's not happening today. I'm getting that built one way or another. So I'm going to go take some measurements. I'm going to cut that piece of wood. We're getting it up. All right, the wood's been cut, it's been reassembled, the side's been put back on, and the question of the day is, will it fit in the area that I cut it to fit in? And the answer is, somewhat surprisingly, yes. And I say somewhat surprisingly because it was off. Again, those areas, the top and the bottom were off. The gap was off by 3/4 of an inch, which I maybe doesn't sound like that much, but when you're putting something like this in, 3/4 of an inch is a big gap. So the fact that it somehow fits with like not really much of a gap there at all is really surprising. I don't really know how that worked out, but it did work out, and that's all that matters. So I'm happy. So I kind of just have it like pushed in there right now. It was a bit of a tight fit, which is what I wanted. So I got to screw it in to make sure it doesn't fall down, but it's in there. It fits. It's awesome. That's how it's gonna look. A little bit of extra shelf space, 4K TV right here, CRT TV down here to players, TV, more shelves, and more room up there to put more box sets and stuff. So I'm excited about that. All right, this is coming along. This was my main goal of the day, and my main goal is getting done. So, all right, got to put some screws in, and then we're good. All right, so there we go. Got the shelf filled with movies. All of my H's have been put away. This little section is looking amazing. I don't know why I put off building this for so long, but I finally did it, and it looks great. So again, all my H's are put away. This section has been filled. I'm liking it. I put some movies on top as well, though with that being said, all the box sets and whatnot, these will eventually all be taken down and reorganized. Again, the reason for that is going to be because I will eventually put like a little lip that kind of comes down on the very top and then puck lights underneath to shine down onto all the shelves. And once I do that, I can then rearrange these all better and actually push them against the wall, because as you can see, there's a little kind of like gap between the shelf and the wall due to the windows that were, well, the windows that are still here, but no longer really being used. So once I get that put up there, I can then push everything kind of more against the wall and put more stuff up there and display all this stuff a little bit differently. So that'll be happening at some point, but that's a whole different project for a whole different day. Today, I really just wanted to get this done. I figured I would give you guys a library update, and it would also be my excuse to do this, to finish this one little section that, again, for whatever reason, I've been putting off. Don't know why. It's ridiculous. That did not take me very long to do. Finally did it. Very happy I did it. So now I can get moving on to other things. I think today I'm going to try to focus on getting some more of my movies put away. In fact, this week, I'm just going to really focus on getting like maybe all my movies put away where I want them to be, so I can see how much space I have left over, and then maybe decide, do I want to put some more movies from out in the garage into here and what I'm going to do. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But all right, that's awesome. Looking good. Finally got that done. All right, guys, so I'm thinking that's going to do it for today's video. Again, I just really wanted to get this section of shelving built, put in place, movies put on it, because this is the last section of movie shelves I had to build. Now that this is done, all the shelves for my movies are complete. I can now finally get around to finishing off, putting everything away, organizing everything, getting my movies where I want them to be. Again, I already started over here, but now I can finish off with the entire rest of the library. Probably going to spend the next week or two focusing on that, trying to get all my movies put away, organized where I want them to be. In fact, the rest of this evening, I will probably maybe focus on getting this shelf taken care of. Maybe I'll do that, but there you go. Don't know why I put off building this little section for so long. This took me all of like, what, 20 minutes to cut and put in place. That was super easy, but I was just being lazy. Let's face it. I was just being lazy. So finally did it. Happy about that. Use this library update video as my excuse to get that built. And now it has been built. All my movie shelves are built. They are complete. Yes, I'm going to paint them probably at some point, but they're at least all built now. So, All right, guys, that's going to do it. No, I'm not going to build the TV stand today. That is for a whole different day. That is a whole different project, maybe a whole different video. I don't know. That'll be something I do at a later date and time. Not focusing on that today. So, all right, guys, again, we are done. So, as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also, check down below for a link to Spreadshirt, where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts. Also, hit that join button and become a member of this channel and gain early access to all of my videos. All that stuff helps support the show, and it keeps the show going. So I really do appreciate the help. Really do appreciate the support. And if you guys watch this video all the way to the very end, hashtag laziness, because that's the only way I can explain me not getting that done until just now. So hashtag laziness if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end. But all right, guys, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed this library update video. I will have another one for you next time I do something big. Again, who knows? Maybe next time I'll be building the TV stand, or maybe it'll be already built. Who knows? I don't know. Just wait and find out. But I assure you, there will be more library update videos in the future. There's still a heck of a lot more work to get done in here, but all right, just thankfully not as much work as it would have been out in the garage. But all right, guys, that's going to do it. So like I said, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button, or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'm loving it. All right, bye. Hold on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do just a little bit more work. A little bit more work that involves me cutting my finger, but using Captain Citrus Band-Aids. So totally worth it. I was actually looking forward to the first time I cut myself so I could use these Band-Aids. But I decided, you know what? Heck it. Let's put the TV up. Why not? Why not mount this to the wall and get it up? It's looking awesome. Yes, I know it hangs over just a little bit. If I could go back in time and know I was building this instead of the garage, I would have bought a slightly smaller TV, but it still works. It's good. I like it. I'm happy. I don't care. This is the TV I'm using. If this ever goes bad, I'll buy one that's just ever so slightly smaller. But it looks awesome. I do have to put it up just a little bit. Gonna mess with the brackets, maybe, I don't know, tomorrow or something like that to make it up just a little bit higher to get rid of this little gap right here. But other than that, it looks awesome. Plenty of room for the TV to fit. I measured. The TV can fit. The TV stand can fit. The TV can go right in here with the TV stand and everything. It's going to look awesome. It's going to look amazing. And now when I'm doing work in here, when I'm putting stuff away, when I'm cataloging stuff, when I'm just doing the things I have to do in the library, I can watch some sweet retro rest stop videos, as you should be as well. All right, that's it. I'm done for the day, though. I'm tired. Although, you know what? I might put a few more movies away. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Things are coming along. All right, bye.